watching iRacing on the Ghostfire Media Network.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Carl Henderson here with the Ghostfire Media Network, and I'm excited to be bringing you a new season of AOLL TNT action. This is the second season of the 2022, and obviously Josh Laston brought you the final race of Season 1 last week, where we saw Justin Anderson win the championship for that season. But a brand new season now. We've got the 1987 Cup cars out here, and we are running at Daytona. And unlike just about any other Daytona race that we've run, this one's going to be a little bit different because these guys are actually going to be lifting in the corners. Something I heard a lot before the race is that this is going to be challenging tonight. Most of the time around here, you're going wide open, drafting up on the person behind you, and tonight it's going to be a lot about car control and really determining how far you're able to push this thing as we're getting ready here to qualify. The other thing we want to keep an eye on is caution laps here and see what's going to happen here. So a lot of things we're watching out for, but let's go ahead and take a look at qualifying as we've got some guys out on the track. We start out here with Mr. Ross Gage in that 80 car. And now one thing I do also want to say is I myself ran in the TNT series full time in 2021 and 2020. And the TNT series is very special to me. I really like that it's running usually less popular cars, not running the Cup car or really any of the big three stock cars. So really enjoy this series, and that's why I'm here covering it for you guys, and really excited about what this season is going to bring us. As I said, we've got Ross Gage here getting ready to set his first lap as he's coming around to the tri-oval. I've noticed our track map does not appear to be updating. I don't know if that's a normal thing here. This is also my first broadcast in 6 months, so might take me a few minutes to get used to this again. There we go. Okay, so Mr. Ross Gage coming on to the backstretch. And, a lot of times you'll see guys, on these super speedways, they'll run the outside that entire first lap, trying to get as much momentum as they can for their first lap they're really going for, which would be their second lap. And, Ross is, getting pretty low. I mean, he's not getting all the way to the yellow line, but, I know these cars handle quite a bit differently as Ross completes his first lap. Currently was sitting second on the board for a little bit, and now he has fallen back to fourth. And that was Ross Gage. Let's take a look at the, poor timing there. Johnny Downey was sitting on top of the board for a little bit, but went to the grass. Mr. Blake Gordon currently sitting at the top of the board. So he is on his second lap right now. But we look at Blake all the time. Let's look at Mr. Dan Witt here. Almost in exact positions. That was a beautiful transition. So Big Red there in the 99. Currently entering turn 3. And gonna see if he can move up the board any. And I mean, man, this is way different than for instance, the Cup car, which you would have, just stuck to that yellow line the entire way around the track. We'll see what this is good for here for Dan. Not faster that time. So Dan Witt still sitting in second place. Let's see here. How about Mr. Sean Carmody here? Well, I believe he is off pace. Yeah, he's going pretty slow right now. He is not attempting that second lap. Not sure if he hit a wall or something. How we go to his teammate, Johnny Edward here on his second lap on the back stretch. Currently sitting in 20th. I wonder if perhaps he did run that high line strategy of trying to gain a little bit of momentum. So we'll see if he'll be able to set a faster lap here on this lap as he is getting ready here to cross the start-finish line. Was in 20th. Let's see if he moves up at all. Oh, yes, he absolutely did. Into 4th. And, of course, many of you know, if you've watched the TNT broadcast for very long at all, Johnny Edward, a TNT legend, has had multiple championships in the TNT series, especially when we were running the street stocks. Dude can drive a car, so really glad to be broadcasting a race with him in it. There have been a very limited number of races I've broadcasted with him, so glad to see Johnny Edward out there. Let's switch over to Chris Passini here, who's one of, I think, the only driver on track right now who is still setting a lap time. And he is going to go here. Currently sitting in 21st as he crosses the start-finish line, and that is... He is moving up to 7th, so Chris Passini in 7th place now. And it is saying Sean Carmody's back out on the track. I'm not sure if he was able to get a reset in prior to completing that first lap, so we'll take a look here, see what happens. And Mr. Mike Wisniewski commented for us on Facebook. He wishes everyone good luck. Wishing he could be here tonight, but guessing he cannot thanks to COVID. So that's unfortunate. We wish you were here too. But hopefully you'll be back for us next week. Hopefully you're doing okay. So let's go ahead and take a look at our starting grid. In first place, Mr. Blake Gordon. In second, we have Dan Witt, followed in third by Adam Wood. Fourth is Johnny Edward, and in fifth, Joe Dinsmore. Sixth is Derek Schilling, and in seventh, Chris Passini. Eighth is Josh Hanner, and in ninth, Justin Edwards. 10th, we have Mark Schilling, and in 11th, Tony Pandon. 12th is Johnny Downey, and in 13th, Josh Laston. 14th is Brandon Bernhardt, and in 15th, Ed Springer. 16th, we have Timothy St. Jean, and in 17th, Steve Dominy. 18th, we have Ross Gage, and in 19th, John Gordon. 20th, we have Joshua Mays, and in 21st, Rob Munoz. 22nd, Sean Carmody, and in 23rd, Justin Anderson. 24th, Mike Burgess, and in 25th, Anthony Ciarillo. 26th is Mr. Randy Pepper, and in 27th, Mr. Dave Wright. All right, well, we're going to get ready to go here. Cars are gridded up here, and, I have to comment. These are some really great paint schemes. Really love what I'm seeing here tonight. Just some beautiful cars as we're getting rolling here. But I'll be honest, folks, I don't know what to anticipate here. I was talking to some guys, and they were saying that there was a fairly significant amount of tire heating. We're not quite so sure about tire wear yet, but tire temperatures, reaching the 300s. So that's obviously going to change the handling of the car quite a bit. So how these guys will be able to handle that, I'm your guess is as good as mine here. as they are coming around here on the backstretch. Just, man, I can't get over the schemes. I love them. These are some good-looking paint schemes. Hopefully not too many of them will be banged up by the end of the night. So we'll see what happens as they are about to enter turn 3 here. So let's see if I can find out what happened to our track map again. Well, looks like track map's not wanting to come back. It is being stubborn. So maybe it's not out there to the race. Again, folks, sorry, it's been a little while. As usual, I always throw this out on my broadcast. If there are any cars you want me to focus on tonight, just shout it out in the chat. Let me know. I'll make sure to get them some coverage. Make sure we talk about them. And, yeah, so we'll be getting ready to go here, I believe, as the pace car should pull in here. And they are waiting for the green flag, and the green flag is out, and they are off. Blake Gordon, gets a great jump there. Dan Witt on that outside really didn't get as good a jump, but he's hanging in there. He's fighting for it. He's got that 60 car of Johnny Edward right behind him, and Adam Wood there has moved into second. And the 60 drops down, did not hang around there with Dan Witt. He's going to try to take over third here, and very close to having it. So Blake Gordon in that Chevy, followed by a Ford Chevy. They are, honestly, oh, caution's out. Caution is out. Oh, no. Looks like Anthony Ciarillo, Randy Pepper, Dave Wright. Let's see if we can find out what happened here. All right, so we've got Anthony Ciarillo in the 529. Oh, he just slams the 40 car of Sean Carmody there. Man, I hate seeing that. I know Anthony has done a lot of work to improve his racecraft, and also something happened with Dave Wright. Let's see what happened. Maybe he just got caught up in it. I just missed it. So Dave Wright there. He's trying to get high. Oh, gets clipped there at the end by Randy Pepper. So that's rough for Dave Wright, but it looks like his car might be able to get going if yeah, he's turning it around there. So yeah, it doesn't look too bad. Go in there, take you some repairs, you'll be okay. All right, so lap 2. Hopefully we won't have a lot of that tonight. We'll be able to do some green flag racing. I was about to say I wasn't expecting any takers on pit road, but Blake Gordon likes to play those games. We've seen him do that a lot, dipping down the pit road, just to mess with people a little bit. I'm not even sure if it's messing with people when you know that he's not going to be pitting. So I think at that point it's just for his own amusement. So Blake Gordon sitting in first, and like I said, I don't think we had some takers on pit road. Timothy St. Jean, Ross Gage, Sean Carmody, of course, in that incident. Mike Burgess. I think those guys were not involved. So they came down pit road, I guess, just figuring, hey, we're at the back of the field. Go ahead and take a set of tires. I believe they're unlimited. So, yeah, why not? You know, take some fresh tires. And we've got Andrea Schilling out there asking for focus on Derek Schilling. Well, I can do that. Mr. Derek Schilling here is currently running in 5th place. So I've raced with Derek a lot. He typically does pretty well at these super speedways, and could be a threat here tonight. You know, would not rule him out as Blake Gordon. I'm not sure what he was doing there. But yeah, Derek Schilling running in 5th. He'll be starting on the inside right behind Johnny Edward. So we'll make sure to get him in frame when we have the restart. And hopefully it won't be a broadcaster's curse situation where we focus on him and then he gets in a wreck. We'll cross our fingers, hope that doesn't happen. So, lights on the pace car still on. Honestly, that's the worst part about these tracks is they're so big and they go so slow around the track. A lot of time to fill. So, actually, I'm going to go back here real quick. It says Josh Mays crashed as well. I'm going to see what happened here. This is well after. I don't know if maybe he was... going around pretty slow here. Is that full speed playback? Yeah. Oh, yeah, just... Okay, well. Hey, it happens, brother. I've been there. All right. Oh, we got Andrew Schillings also asked for Randy Pepper. So I can do that as well. Randy, also a Ghostfire Media broadcaster. So, love talking about Randy. He's got a cool looking car out there too. That McDonald's number 12. Yeah, Randy currently running 25th. He was involved in that wreck earlier, but you know, this is super speedway, so I would not be surprised if guys are able to move through the field quickly. So we'll see what Randy Pepper can do here. All right, lights on the pace car are off. I still don't have my track map showing. I'm not quite sure what's happening there, but I guess we just won't have a track map tonight. I apologize for that. That'll be something I'll have to look into. But they are on the front stretch here. Oh, no, they're on the back stretch. Oh, I forgot. I got confused. So one thing I should have pointed out, we are doing single file restarts here. So the cars are single file except for the car on the inside is a lap down. Gives them a chance to fight back for their position. So first time we've done this in this league. So single file and they're off. Adam Wood there right behind Blake Gordon. And look at Derek Schilling there. He's going in there behind the 99 car. They do have that lap down car 47 of Rob Muniz, so it's gonna be a challenge with these lap down cars. But rather than trying to pass them, you might just have to say at a track like this, "Hey, I'm gonna push you. I'm gonna try to help you get your lap back because me pushing you helps me as well." So we'll see what they do here because Daytona is wide enough to take it 3 wide. Oh, they're wrecking. We've got several cars involved in that. Caution is out. Let's see if we can take a look, see what happened here. And we can already see there, that's the Coors car. I'm trying to figure out who that is. So 21 maybe? Is that Mark Schilling? I think it's Mark Schilling. So Mark Schilling in that. There we go. Let's take a look, see what happens here. Rewind it a little bit. So yeah, Mark's just driving it in there really hard. He's got the 77 there behind him. That's the 77 of Tony Pandon. And Tony drives it in a little hard, brushes the wall, and oh man, Justin Edwards caught up in that. 26 there of is that Steve Dominy there. Oh man, a whole lot of guys. We got a tire. Oh, multiple tires. It's a disaster. Those tires are rolling around and have just teleported through a car, and we've got a car upside down. It's chaos, folks. One tire's still going. The other one, there's no car. There's a missing tire on that 21. It's tireless. Well then. So lots of guys caught up in that. That's a rough one. That's a rough one. You hate seeing that when you got some good racing up front. And look, the guys in the back, it's not like they're bad or anything. Like this is it's super speedway racing. It's a little bit of a wild card. These cars are just challenging. This is every single team. I went to every single team channel before the race to ask them how they felt about this thing. And every single one of them said it was going to be a challenging night. Like, even the guys who, run these, races all the time, like, they thought it was going to be challenging. So, we'll see. Hopefully we can, these guys can get a little bit more comfortable, get the jitters out. We'll be able to have some green flag racing because we're at lap 7 of 75 right now. So, if we don't get it cleaned up, y'all are going to hear me for a long time tonight. So, on that note, how about we take a small break here and hear from Mr. Randy Pepper with the Guitar Addict.
For 20 years, the Guitar Addict has been your home for used and vintage guitars in the Daytona Beach area and at GuitarAddict.com. The Guitar Addict is your home for used and vintage guitars. Whether you're looking for that collector's piece or that beginner piece, they've got you covered. With names like Fender, Gibson, Gretsch, Ibanez, Martin, Taylor, and much, much more, the Guitar Addict has all the guitars you need. And bass players, they haven't forgot about you. They've got all the top names. Amplifiers from Friedman, Victoria, Fender, Boss, and many, many more. They also have the largest selection of used pedals anywhere in the Southeast. The Guitar Addict, located at 1672.5 Ridgewood Avenue, just north of Flemish in Holly Hill, Florida. Also, check us out online at GuitarAddict.com.
All right, we are back. I need Randy to cut a longer commercial for me if we're going to have a lot of races like this season. All right, so lap 8, and it seems the timing and scoring is also broken. I am honestly not sure what's happening here. We are live, so a little puzzled here. Having issues with oh, there it goes. Okay, just taking a little while there at the end. So we're rolling here. So they're going down the backstretch here. Lights on the pace car are off, so we'll be going green flag racing here very shortly. And I am going to mix it up a little bit this restart, and we're going to switch to a blimp view because I feel like we missed a little bit of the action last time, and it isn't quite as good a view as I wanted. Let's take a look at the chopper view, and let's stick to the blimp. Wish it were just a little bit further out, but we'll deal with this. And the pace car pulls off, and we have no lap down cars, so this is going to be a single file restart here. We'll have to see. Is anyone going to jump out? Is Blake Gordon's off? Oh! That's going to bring out a caution. Oh, my goodness. Wow. It looks like... let's take another look at it, because it looked to me like Dan Witt possibly just, didn't quite time the restart correct, and Derek was expecting to be gone, and so Derek, you see Derek Schilling there in the 87, he's right behind Dan Witt. Blake Gordon's off, and yeah, Dan just didn't go, and got the 45 Adam Wood, Ed Springer, Randy Pepper caught up in it. That's the 43 there of D.W. Wright. That's a whole lot of cars in that. Dan Witt resets there. Man, that's rough. Hate seeing that on a restart of all things. But hey, it's not over. I mean, we can, whole lot of racing left. We've got 65 laps left of this, folks, and yeah, I think at some point these guys, I think, are gonna have to, get settled in, and we'll get some green flag racing because I think if we can just stay green flag for a little bit, this will be a lot of fun. Honestly, I'd love to see what tire wear is like on these things if we have the ability to have a long run. So, kick back here to Randy Pepper, Derek Schilling. Their cars look all cleaned up coming off pit road. They'll be here together, so they'll be able to work together. They're teammates, so have a pretty good feeling that we'll see them back up at the front before this is all said and done. Because I know Derek's been fast. He qualified really well, and every super speedway I've run with Randy, he's been solid as well. So would not be surprised to see these guys running back up front again. But right now, you know, your Endeavor teammates of Blake Gordon, Johnny Edward up front, and right behind them, out of nowhere, CCR teammates Josh Hanner and Chris Bassini running third and fourth. And right behind them, Joe Dinsmore and Johnny Downey, Brandon Bernhardt, Tim St. Jean, Dave Wright, and running out the top 10, we got Sean Carmody. So, folks, I really believe this is going to be the restart that we have a long run. You just kind of get that feeling where at some point the guys are like, all right, we got to go. We got to race some, and believe it or not, sometimes racing means going a little bit slower, being a little more conservative, and I think this is the run we're gonna see that. I think the guys are gonna be a little more careful and try to get a good, green flag run going. And Justin Edwards says, gonna be a long night, Carl. Yeah, I'm thinking that myself. I was hopeful, but the evidence isn't looking too good right now. So we'll hopefully be able to get green flag racing here soon. As we are on lap 12 of 75, and the lights on the pace car are off. We'll get going again here soon. And we are going to have one lap down car here on the inside. That is the 21 of Mark Schilling there on the inside. And that's Coors Chevrolet. Or sorry, Ford. That's a Ford. I think. It says a Ford. Yeah, that's a blue oval. So Mark Schilling sitting there in 23rd right now, but we'll have an opportunity to fight to get his lap back. So that'll be something we will keep an eye on here. And like I said earlier, when we had the lap down car on the inside, the thing that's fun to watch with them is that if you have anyone let's say, I don't think Johnny Edwards is going to break away from his teammate. He's probably going to stay right on his bumper, but you have a Chris Bassini back here. You have a Josh Hanner. You have a Joe Dinsmore, Johnny Downey, Brandon Bernhardt. I mean, these guys are sitting in a pretty good position that it's going to be tempting to say, maybe I'm going to drop to the bottom here, and maybe I'll give this lap car a little push. So hopefully I can gain some positions as well. So we'll get started here. Hopefully this restart will go better than our last one. This pace car pulls off. Brandon Bernhardt asks how's his damage. Oh, and there goes Blake Gordon. Johnny Edward right there behind him. And Passini and Hanner not quite collected up to them, and caution is out. That didn't take long. Let's take a look, see if we can see what happened. So it's the exact same thing that happened earlier. I mean, it's just an accordion effect. It started up here. Let's take a look at the 77. He's right behind Josh Laston. 77 just hits at Laston. Ed Springer comes into him. We're good at that point, but something happens back here. Let's see if we can rewind it. Take a look, see what happened. Yeah, so there's our wreck right there. The 40 just hits the 82. It may just be that he thought it was go time and didn't realize people were checking up in front of him. I'm a little puzzled by that. The 82 there, yeah, that's tough right there. So under caution again. 14 laps into this race. So while we have a break here, I'm going to see if I can take a look at Brandon Bernhardt's car since he requested how's his damage. So we'll take a look here. You know, Brandon, I wouldn't have to be doing this for you if you didn't get in wrecks. So, yeah, your car looks fine, Brandon. I'm guessing either you weren't in a wreck and you just wanted me to show off that awesome retro Endeavor logo. Not sure what you wanted there, Brandon, but yeah, if you thought you had damage, it was probably because you were driving poorly. So let's go to someone in the field. I'm going to just pick someone that I don't normally talk about. How about Mr. Tony Pandon? I know he's had a few issues tonight, but currently running in 12th. He's right there behind the 18 of Josh Laston. You know, Tony Pandon's at Ross Gage running the same paint schemes. Yeah, we'll see if those guys can work their way up. If we can have any green flag racing, like if we can actually stay green flag for a little bit, that would be a blast, I think. Let's see if we can pick someone else. Let's how about that was Tony Pandon again. I'm just closing my eyes, moving my mouse around. You know, here's someone we do talk about a lot, but he's in an unusual position right now. Mr. Justin Edward, or I keep messing up names. Justin Anderson tonight. He's our defending TNT champion. Currently running in 16th. I think he may have skipped qualifying, but has had a quiet night so far. I think he's just kind of hanging around the back. Probably much like what I said earlier. He's hoping that this is going to kind of clean up a little bit. That these guys are going to relax, and then he might start trying to make some moves. But I have to think, you know, some of these guys that have had multiple incidents at this point, you know, they're going to be out of fast repairs. They have 2 fast repairs, so at some point, attrition is going to take over, and you're going to have nobody left out there. And then at that point, I don't think we have to worry about cautions anymore. So, about to get going here again. We've got 1 lap down car, it looks like. That is the 47 of Rob Munoz. And I'm going to actually, I've been focusing on the leaders from the blimp view. I'm going to go back to our blimp view here. I'm going to go a little bit further back once we get moving, because I want to see if we can see what's happening here. Because we've had it happen multiple times now in restarts where guys are just, you know, slamming into each other. So see if we can have one good clean restart here so that we can actually, you know, be able to race. So once the pace car peels off here, I'm going to wait for the leader to go, and then we're going to just jump back in the field a little bit, see if we can see see what's going to happen here. Lap 16 of 75. Blake Gordon, still our leader. I believe has led every lap of the race. But that's pretty easy to do when they are under caution. And just to let you know, Blake, if you are watching this back, if it continues at this rate and you try to use this as an argument to say that you are good at super speedways, since I always pick on you about that, no, this is not an argument that you're good at super speedways. All right, Mr. Blake Gordon is off. Jump back here through the field, see if we can avoid that accordion. So far, so good. Oh, the 21 there. Oh, that was almost real bad. But we avoided any major incidents there. All right, we're going. We're going to have some green flag racing here, folks. And I am excited about that. So Blake Gordon, our leader, And we currently have Chris Passini there in that 9 car, running right beside the 47 of Rob Munoz. He's battling him there, and I think he's going to do everything he can to try to get around him, and then try to take the battle to the leaders there. Like I said, we've got Josh Hanner right behind Chris Passini, and then a little bit of a gap before you get to Johnny Downey in 5th, followed by Brandon Bernhardt. And man, I thought these teammates here were going to work together a bit, but Johnny Edwards says, "Not so fast. I am the TNT kid, and I am I'm gonna lead some laps here. I'm not just gonna let my teammate run all the laps." And Johnny Edward here, he's saying, "I'm gonna take the lead," and Blake Gordon ducks in behind him. But hey, I got to call out Mr. Rob Munoz here. A lap down car, but he's battling. He's not just giving up here. Obviously he is in the lucky dog position, but I mean, he has a chance. He might be able to race back for his lap. So, I would just say, in your position, Mr. Munoz, be careful. You don't want to get in a situation where you wreck or anything like that and mess up that chance. But we've got some great racing going on right now. These leaders right here are, obviously you get the draft going on here, which makes a big difference. But it's not the kind of draft we're used to seeing with the Cup car or the trucks, where it's wide open. And we are under caution again. Well, at least we made it a little bit. Let's see if we can see what happened. Well, I don't think that's it. All right, so I believe it may have started something here with Mike Burgess in the 82. Oh yeah, there we go. So Mike Burgess tags the wall here. Oh yeah, just loses it. Oh. All right, was I the only one that just saw that? Did he just catch his own tire? Oh, no, it was someone else's tire. I believe it might have been Ed Springer's tire, and then whoop. 82 now has 2 tires. Well, 5 tires, I guess. All right. Well, we got a little bit of green flag racing there. Lap 20 of 75. Man. At this pace, we've got about another hour of this, so hopefully that doesn't happen. I saw the potential there for us to have some green flag racing, and Blake Gordon messing with people again. I am curious if we're going to see some people pit at some point. Obviously track position matters a lot more here than it would, or a lot more in these cars here than it would in other cars. Like the Cup car, where you're super tight and you can gain a lot of positions in a hurry. But if you are someone further back in the field, I guess those guys were in the wreck, involved in the caution. But Justin Anderson, I don't believe was, and here he is in pitting, and I think that's the right call. If you're further back in the field, you got unlimited tires. Come take them. I mean, you can't take them home with you, so go get those fresh rubbers and see if it makes a difference later on in the race if we do have a longer run. And look, we've seen Justin Anderson pull off, strategy before, doing these off-cycle pit stops, and then it works out really well for him. And I mean, honestly, I didn't even notice this, but his teammate, Mr. Adam Wood here, also pitted with him. So, teammates there together. They're going to have Ed Springer, Sean Carmody with them. Randy Pepper back there as well. Where's our buddy Derek Schilling at? All right, Derek and Mark Schilling right there together. Those guys running together, and Derek Schilling here in 13th place as we have completed lap 21 of this race. All right, lights on the pace car are still on, so how about we hear from, let's throw up an AOLL commercial real quick. Got it here queued up, and going to throw that up let you guys hear a little bit about the AOLL.
The AOLL Racing League began racing in the early 90s with Papyrus's NASCAR Racing and has grown over the decades, now racing on the iRacing platform. The AOLL has 3 divisions: the TNT Series Developmental Division for our beginners and those getting back into racing, the Cup Series for our veterans and Class A licensed drivers, the Sportsman Division racing the Gander outdoor trucks with drivers from the TNT and Cup Series. You can catch all of the AOLL action here on Ghostfire Media.
All right, and we are back. Sorry about that, folks. I had to grab a water refill. A lot of talking here tonight, so pretty easy to get a dry mouth. So lights on the pace car are off. We getting racing here again. And I am sure we're going to see some guys at some point leave the race session. I would ask if you leave the session, you don't have anything else going on tonight, watch the broadcast. Join us in the comments on Facebook or Twitch, YouTube. Interact with me a little bit. I'd like to hear about some driver perspectives of what it was like out there, because I haven't driven a single lap in these cars yet, so don't really know what it's like other than talking to people. So we'll be getting going green flag here again very shortly as the pace car pulls off. 2 lap cars on the inside. That's Rob Munoz, and I believe that's the 43 of D.W. Wright, and we're going. Johnny Edward and Blake Gordon timed that really well again. Oh, Blake Gordon sticking his nose in. He's going to try to go for it, but backs off here. This is the challenge of the lap down cars. Would be on the inside is you've got Chris Passini there in the 9 car. Who seems like he's going to be pretty fast tonight, but is having to battle against that car that's a lap down. And look, that's there's nothing wrong with that. That's that car's right. That was Blake Gordon. Blake Gordon hits the wall and loses it, going through the infield, locking him up. And we are still under green. That's really unfortunate for Blake Gordon, but great for my voice tomorrow as we are continuing under green flag conditions. Blake Gordon's going to have to hope for a caution here real soon. Drops to 20th place by that happening. Let's see if we can pop back and see what happened there. Gonna rewind real fast here. So we got Blake Gordon going to the outside of his teammate. Oh, just hits the wall. Just, perhaps overdrove it. I'm not sure. Could have just been, not expecting the car to have that kind of speed. And, it's all right. So Mr. Johnny Edward up here leading, and no one around him. And, in any other car here, just about, that would be a problem. They would get a huge run on you, and you'd be a sitting duck, but with the way these cars have been so difficult to drive, I think I like that buffer right now if I'm Johnny Edward. Right now, second place, Johnny Downey. Up 10 spots since the start of the race. Right behind him, Brandon Bernhardt up 11 spots. These guys have got it figured out right now. Not sure why they didn't figure it out in qualifying. They would have been a lot better off. But right now, Johnny Edward and Johnny Downey and Brandon Bernhardt on the move. And hey, I got to talk about Mr. Tim St. Jean as well. He's up 10 spots. Oh, Derek Schilling on the pit road. Oh no, what happened to Derek? I didn't see an incident. Derek's a tripod. See if we can see what happened here. As it said, Blake Gordon passed Derek. So Derek's already down a tire there. I'm going to guess he just slams the wall. Oh, yep, there it is. Well, that started further back. What happened? Yep, okay. So Derek just tagged the wall, lost it a little bit, hits Adam Wood. Adam does a great save, but props to Derek there for keeping that into the wall for a while there and keeping it from being a further incident. Oh, and caution is out now. Oh, man, it happened all very quickly. Looks like Adam Wood. So Adam had that great save just a second ago. Let's see what happens to Adam here. Same thing. Just hits the wall and comes back on the track. That's going to bring the caution out every time. But wow, that was something to watch right there. Didn't hit the wall and set in the middle of the track, and everyone got around him without any damage. That's very fortunate for Adam Wood. But I'll tell you what, that is the break that Blake Gordon needed. You know, that's going to tighten the field back up. He's still sitting 18th. That is not where you want to be. Blake Gordon wants to be in first. I know Blake. He wants to be in first every single race. So, sure, he is not happy right now. But, you know, we've seen a lot of cars now just go up into that wall and just slam it. And, I mean, that's 3 cars on that stint there, that green flag run. And I think what's happening is they're getting in behind someone, and the car is just arrow pushing. It's losing downforce on the front of the car, and it's just shooting out. And they're pitting. We've got a lot of guys pitting, but some guys stayed out. We're gonna keep an eye on our leader here, and then we'll talk about the guys who stayed out just after that. So Johnny Edward coming into his stall, gonna see if he can have a good clean stop here. And of course, it always chooses the worst camera angle for that. This is Phantom pit crew slowly jacks his car up. And we'll see if he can win the battle off of pit road here. 21 of Mark Schilling, perhaps taking fuel only, right sides only. And then 27 of Johnny Downey as well. So our leader gets beat off pit road. But that doesn't matter a ton because we've got several guys who stayed out. Actually, let's see here, our top 8 stayed out. So Battle of Pit Road won by Mark Schilling. But then in front of him, you've got Timothy St. Jean, Tony Pandon, Ross Gage, Justin Anderson, Sean Carmody, Justin Edwards, Randy Pepper, and Joshua Mays. So, little strategy there, and you know, I said that earlier. Justin Anderson there, I think he was sitting back a little bit, waiting for things to develop, and saw an opportunity and decided to take it. So, we'll see if that works out for him. So we are on lap 29 of 75. Somebody else coming back down pit road there. Joshua Mays, he's one of the guys that stayed out. You never want to be the last guy who stayed out. Maybe not here as much, but at a lot of tracks, you definitely don't want to be that last guy. So he may have just been in that position. He's like, I'm going to go ahead and come in. All right, so Tim St. Jean will be leading the field to green here in just about a half a lap. This is something we've seen from Tim before. He's a guy who will run different strategies. And that's something I have a massive amount of respect for, especially at a track like this where by staying out, you're not going to be a roadblock or anything. It's just really timing about when you want to come in. So man, I think this is great. I think it's a great move. We'll see if it works out for him. But our Canadian up there running in first. And on his inside there, we have our lap down car, the 87 of Derek Schilling. Right behind him, the 47 of Rob Munoz and the 43 of Dave Wright. So we'll see if those guys are able to fight back a little bit more here. You know, not to take anything away from Tim, but you've had guys up at the front, you know, before this who have been like, you know, the class of the field. So, you know, perhaps some guys who have been running back, you know, further in the field, you know, maybe these lap down cars might have more of a shot against them, and we'll see here as we're getting going. And green flag is in the air. Tim St. Jean gets going, has a decent jump. We see that 43 jumped to the outside line pretty quickly. Or sorry, that's actually the 69. I'm sorry, he was already up there. I don't know what happened to the 43. So we'll see what will transpire here as, you know, you look further back in the field. These guys are getting racy. We got the 47 there, trying to hang on to the back bumper of the 87 of Derek Schilling, who at this moment is back on the lead lap. So if a caution were to come out now, he'd be good. So we'll keep an eye on him there. I think that is going to be a really interesting battle, especially if some guys. And actually, he moved up to the top. He said, you know, I'm going to hold this position. Keeping in mind, he is not the leader. I want to repeat that. He is not the leader right now, but he has currently successfully fought to get his lap back, which is one of the reasons we wanted to do this setup, is to see guys battle to get their lap back. Oh, and Rob Munoz sticks his nose in there, and looks like he thought better of it as we get Justin Anderson there. I thought it was Justin Anderson. Nope. It's all happening very quickly, and yeah, Justin Anderson there. My timing and scoring wasn't updating quickly enough. Justin Anderson is currently our leader, third on the screen there, but he is the leader right now behind those lap down cars, which are no longer lap down. But I do think that Justin Anderson is... Oh! Rob Munoz has issues. Oh! That's going to bring out a caution. Lots of guys involved in that. Caution is out. Let's take another look at that. And we're going to switch to the blimp view here. Rob Munoz in that 47 car right there just gets loose. 77 reacts to it. 45, 18, 51. Oh, man, lots of guys involved in that. Lots of good cars. Oh, man, the red's still coming through. There must have been a separate incident that happened here, because I am seeing suddenly... Perhaps oh, yeah, just late there. John Gordon not getting checked up in time. And then the 43, very, very late, slamming into the 56 there. So, gotta check that car up when they're wrecking. You can't slam into someone that's completely stopped like that. Let's take a look, see what happened to Adam Wood here. Showing a second incident for him. I'm not sure if there's actually an incident there. Oh, no. Oh, there it goes. You just lost it. That's embarrassing for you, Adam. It's very easy for me to say when I'm up here. All right. So, it's not good. But I'll tell you who it is good for. Derek Schilling fought to get his lap back. And he's back on the lead lap. You know, he's going to be at the back of the field. And actually, I say he's at the back of the field, but a lot of guys pitted, and because it wasn't the lucky dog, he's not having to start at the end of the longest line. So Derek Schilling up to 13th now. Really, really good break for him there. All right, well, folks, we have not reached the halfway point yet, and we are approaching an hour into this race. Really was not, was hoping this wouldn't happen. Hoping we were going to have some good green flag racing, and the potential's there. We've seen the potential. We've had some runs where it's like these cars are looking like they're going to be a lot of fun and a lot of fun to watch. I'm sure a blast to drive, but running laps in the caution is not fun for anyone. So, hoping that honestly sound like a broken record here at this point, but hoping that they'll figure this out and we'll be able to finish this thing out under green. So. Lights on the pace car are still on, so we're going to take a moment here, kick it over to we'll do the Guitar Addict commercial again. We'll hear from Mr. Randy Pepper one more time.
For 20 years, the Guitar Addict has been your home for used and vintage guitars in the Daytona Beach area and at GuitarAddict.com. The Guitar Addict is your home for used and vintage guitars. Whether you're looking for that collector's piece or that beginner piece, they've got you covered. With names like Fender, Gibson, Gretsch, Ibanez, Martin, Taylor, and much, much more, the Guitar Addict has all the guitars you need. And bass players, they haven't forgot about you. They've got all the top names. Amplifiers from Friedman, Victoria, Fender, Boss, and many, many more. They also have the largest selection of used pedals anywhere in the Southeast. The Guitar Addict, located at 1672.5 Ridgewood Avenue, just north of Flomish in Holly Hill, Florida. Also, check us out online at GuitarAddict.com.
All right, and we are back. Lights on the pace car are off. And we'll be getting going green flag racing here again real soon. Camera angle here to our leader, Mr. Justin Anderson, defending TNT champion, followed by Ross Gage, Johnny Downey in third, fourth is Johnny Edward, fifth is Mark Schilling, sixth Joe Dinsmore, seventh is Josh Hanner, eighth Brandon Bernhardt, ninth Blake Gordon, and in 10th Ed Springer. You see that side of the track's pretty dark. I'm not sure if the sun's setting or if there's just clouds in the area, but that'll hopefully cool the track off a little bit. And we are off. Justin Anderson gets a great jump there. We got that Endeavor car there. I think that was Johnny Edward. Yeah, he started to peak down and was going to take the 27 with him. And Justin Anderson said, actually, I think I'll hang out down here. So I hope this will get mixed up a little bit because our leaders are now Justin, Johnny, and Johnny, and I can guarantee you I will mess that up quite a few times tonight. But Justin Anderson now, kind of getting freight trained here. And our new leader, Johnny Downey, but Johnny Edward peaks below that double yellow line and I think possibly considered making a pass, or maybe he was just trying to keep the car under control. Yeah, Johnny Edward, Justin Anderson fighting back. One thing I'm seeing with these cars, it seems that momentum does matter quite a bit. When Johnny went down there trying to collect his car, it seems like Justin Anderson was able to gain a little bit of momentum, but tucks back in here behind him. I think what you're going to need to see here is Joe Dinsmore here going to have to work with his teammate, Justin Anderson, if they're really going to want to make a move here. And, we're wrecking. Johnny Downey comes down into Johnny Edward. Oh, they're still going. They're still going. Huge wreck. Huge wreck. This is the big one. That is a lot of cars and a lot of tires. Wow. Josh Laston caught up in that one as well. I genuinely think Josh Laston might have the worst luck of any driver at super speedways. I do have to pull up his details just because I love laughing at his picture. Yeah, another tough break for Josh Laston and a lot of guys there. Let's take a look there, see if we can see what happened, because at first look, it looked like Johnny Downey might have been at fault there, but let's cut to our blimp view and see if we can see what happened. All right, so the wreck's already started at that point. All right, so we're going to play, and we're going to focus on Johnny Downey up here, and he is that red car, the 27 up top. And we're going 3 wide. Downey just comes down and tags, and then it's just chaos. Josh Laston slams into his teammate. I would love to be in team chat there for that. Wow. A lot of cars involved in that. All right. Well, Justin Anderson's our leader again, followed by Johnny Edward. Hey, look at that. Blake Gordon up to 3rd. But then right behind him, who's that guy? It's Derek Schilling. He was a lap down not long ago at all. And we got guys pitting here. Derek Schilling's going to stay out. Derek Schilling's our new leader, just like that. He was leading the field earlier as a lap down car. Fought to get his lap back, and here we are now. Derek Schilling is your new race leader, just like that. We'll have to see, how pit strategy could play into that. See if he'll have to pit later or, what's going to happen here. But man, we are finally past the halfway point. So if we're following NASCAR rules, that means if it starts raining, we'll call the race. And I'm keeping my fingers crossed that rain might move in. And I'm just kidding about that. I'm really actually hopeful that we can just finish this thing on the green. That would be... It feels like a big ask right there, but I want to see this thing finish. I love this style of racing, and Dave Wright posted a couple comments, saying that he's had, he had some issues, so he removed himself from the race. But everybody's had issues tonight. It's, I mean, you've got a guy like Blake Gordon who, is consistently one of the best drivers in the league in any car we put him in, and he slams into the wall. So it happens. It is a tough car to drive. So don't sweat it, man. Hopefully back next week, and hopefully we'll have a better race next week. While we're sitting here waiting, I'll actually go ahead and pull that up, see where we are at, because I forget. I think it might be a short track. Let's see if we can find out here. Next week, we are going to be at Rockingham. 100 laps at Rockingham. We're gonna say that I'm really excited about it. Derek Schilling says so many emotions. Yeah, I can believe it, man. I ran a super speedway race in TNT Sportsman Series last night. led my first laps in the Sportsman Series. Led 12 of them last night. And then got nailed with a unsafe pit exit into my night. So I get the roller coaster of emotions. Go from the highest high to the lowest lows. But hey, man, you're at the highest of highs right now, Derek Schilling. Got the 56 car of Joshua Mays there on your inside, lap down. And Tim St. Jean, Sean Carmody, Randy Pepper behind you. And then we got our guys who pitted, Johnny Edward, Blake Gordon, Ross Gage, Chris Bassini, Justin Anderson, and Johnny Downey rounding out your top 10. So we are going to get going here. See what Derek can do, and Derek gets a jump here. You know, when you're the leader here, it's a little tricky because you most of the time in a super speedway, you want to try to keep the field with you. So a lot of guys will wait until the green flag to go. The leader controls the restarts. So basically, whenever the pace car pulls in, they can go whenever they want. But at super speedway, you're like, I don't want to pull away. Here, when there's a lap down car, it possibly makes sense to go ahead and try to get a good early jump so that you can try to get around them. So Derek Schilling, our leader, that 6 car behind him, and man, if he can keep this thing clean, I think he's got a legit shot here of winning this race. But that's assuming we're going to keep it green, and it's been a tough ask so far. But you know, so far, I mean, just what I'm seeing here with everyone, we can cut to the blimp view here and watch them. The car's looking a lot more stable. I'm not sure if track's cooling or maybe guys just getting either more patient or more familiar with the car. We see Johnny Edward briefly dip down below the double yellow line, but does not make the pass below it. He's got his teammate there of Blake Gordon. Oh, Randy Pepper tags the wall. Is he going to hold it? All right. Way to go, Randy. I know that it sucks losing all those positions, but being able to hold that and keep a wreck from occurring, that's a really big deal. So I appreciate it. I'm sure all the other drivers out there appreciate it too. Just like that, we got a new leader, Tim St. Jean. Derek Schilling up there, no friends with him. Oh, Johnny Edward starts to... Oh, Johnny Edward gets hooked. That's going to bring a caution. Chaos. Let's take one more look at that. I think we all saw it, but going to take one more look, see if we can see exactly what happens here as... you know, Johnny Edward there gets a run, gets a huge bump from his teammate, and I think he starts to go up, and Tim goes with him, and he has to either check up or he tags him. And when that happens, that causes Johnny Edward to check up, drifts up the track just a hair. Derek comes down a hair, and that's enough to end that run, just like that. And we see a whole bunch of guys get caught up in it after that. Hate seeing that with how well Johnny's run, but, you know, these runs here happen so quickly. And, you know, judging by what I've seen, it seems like possibly the brakes aren't, you know, quite as good in these cars. It takes a little while to get stopped, so, yeah. I'm still sitting here hoping for some green flag racing. We're not really getting it right now, which is really unfortunate. Well, while they're just pacing around, let's take one more break. We're going to kick it over to the AOLL commercial one more time.
The AOLL Racing League began racing in the early 90s with Papyrus's NASCAR Racing and has grown over the decades, now racing on the iRacing platform. The AOLL has 3 divisions: the TNT Series Developmental Division for our beginners and those getting back into racing, the Cup Series for our veterans and Class A licensed drivers, the Sportsman Division racing the Gander outdoor trucks with drivers from the TNT and Cup Series. You can catch all of the AOLL action here on Ghostfire Media.
All right, and we're back. See Joshua Mays there getting a lap back with the Lucky Dog. And, you know, at some point, we have to start talking about the time limit of this race. And I don't know what that is. I'm going to see if I can find it here real quick. See if I can find out if there's a time limit. I'm sure there is. There has to be. We have a 2-hour time limit, it looks like. If I'm reading that correctly. Yes, it's an hour 55 minutes. So basically, we are looking at 10 o'clock. If we can't get this thing finished by then, I think we should be able to. But 10 o'clock's our cutoff. And we'll see if we can make it and get this race done. Hopefully well before 10. I would certainly prefer well before 10. So, you know, one good thing I can point out here for our Derek Schilling fans, you know, was involved in that incident, but doesn't look to have any damage, and he's still running here in the top 5, running 4th right now. So things not looking too shabby for Derek Schilling still. And really, just looking at this, you know, top 10, we got a lot of new faces up here. Chris Bassini back up to the front, running our sole Buick in the field. Josh Laston, I think, running in the top 10 for his first time tonight. So yeah, we'll see if those guys can mix things up a little bit. And yeah, we have Adam Wood here in the 45, going to be the lap down car starting on the inside. And Adam's a guy that is very good at super speedway racing, and the fact that he is a lap down right now, I know a lot due to circumstances beyond his control. The fact that he's a lap down indicates to me that this really is a very, very difficult car to drive. So please just give us some green flag racing. That's all we want. Got some spam comments coming in on YouTube. That's a lot of fun. So yeah, give us some green flag racing. That's all I'm asking for. Let's just finish this thing out on the green. Give me just 20-something laps as pace car is in, and Tim St. Jean will be restarting them here very shortly. And they're off. I don't think Tim got the kind of jump that he wanted there. Adam Wood fighting back, and we've got Blake Gordon jumps down to the inside. Decides he's going to push that lap down car of Adam Wood, try to take the lead back of this race. Blake Gordon trying to move into our lead after that mistake, that costly mistake he made. And look at Chris Bassini right up on that bumper of Blake Gordon. That is bold right now. Tim St. Jean gets a little tight there. Looks like he's going to hold it, though. All right, so let's kick back up to our leader, and new leader is Blake Gordon. Chris Bassini right behind him. Derek Schilling running in 3rd. There is another car in between them, that 80 of Ross Gage. But Ross Gage is a lap down. So really, you have to wonder: is Bassini here going to try to do something, or is he just content to ride behind Blake Gordon here. Personally, I'd be completely okay with just riding behind him. You know, with the way this race has gone so far, I'm in no hurry, and just don't want to be in a wreck. Don't wreck yourself. If you're running second, you're in a relatively safe spot right now. Just try to stay there at all costs. But I'll tell you what, you know, I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to say what I was about to say because the last time I said it, then things turned out very poorly. Look at this battle back here. We're about to go 3 wide. Oh, Josh Laston hits the wall. That's probably why we don't go 3 wide, Josh. I think Mr. Laston there just learned a valuable life lesson. He might have some damage there because he might have been sparking a little bit, and also the car wasn't turning, it looked like, possibly as well as he wanted, but staying out there, and I can't fault him for that. Let's see what other battles we got on the field or in the field. How about Justin Anderson here? Just set the fastest lap of the race, which is not a huge surprise considering this is probably the first lap the cars have actually gotten up to speed. But Justin Anderson, you know, looking fast right now. Another guy who is really good at super speedway racing. So would not be surprised. You know, right now running in 5th. Wouldn't be surprised to see him you know, try to take over this lead in just a little bit. And Tim St. Jean and Derek Schilling, both of them, you know, hanging on. They stayed out on that pit cycle earlier. They aren't giving up, you know, positions. Actually, look, Derek Schilling is battling. Like he is in 3rd, but he wants more. He is ready to try to get around Chris Bassini here. He has peaked a few times, but right back on his bumper. But he peaks to the inside again, and Blake Gordon might be trying to break that draft a little bit. And yeah, Derek Schilling going to the outside. Oh, tags the wall though. No, Derek. And honestly, that's the big problem here, I think, is you get into the draft and you get such a huge run, and you know, you haven't run another lap like that yet, and then the car doesn't want to turn, and you slam into the wall. So this is a very tricky combination. But right now, these guys are managing it. I'm not going to say they're, you know, clear yet, but right now they are managing this a lot better than they were at the beginning of the race. So hopefully we will be able to stay like this for a little while. You know, as our top 4 right there, just packed up together. Oh, more into the wall. Justin Anderson almost lost it. Adam Wood still in the wall. I think that was Adam. Yeah, Adam having a rough night. Yeah, just keeping it. I'm not sure if he's choosing to. I thought he was choosing to keep it up there, but we'll see once all these cars get by. Yeah, okay. He was. I think he was just choosing to keep it up there, keep it off of. But yeah, it's not turning right. He's gonna have to pit here. See if he takes a reset. Yep, there he goes. Okay. That might have actually been a disconnect, and I can't fault him. That's it's frustrating, especially the track that you thought was, you know, probably gonna be the easiest of all of our tracks, and here we are, and it's a struggle. And you know, I will say this: I hope you know, I know a lot of these drivers listen to the broadcast while they're racing, and a lot of them watch it after, but. You know, guys, I'll tell you now, like, Rockingham is a very difficult track, and I would encourage you guys to put into practice because I would prefer to not cover a race for 2 hours, as much fun as it is. As we've got Chris Bassini here, the move I've been expecting was going to come at some point. He has tried to make it here, and he's got help with Justin Anderson behind him. Blake Gordon there, kind of by himself. Derek Schilling, though. Derek's going to go down there and help Blake Gordon. We've got 2x2 here. And, you know, it's interesting. I think that high line, you know, it just with the way you have to lift and all, it's actually, to be honest, it's a lot like how the modern car works here. You get a good run, you get to the outside, and then it just sort of stalls out. You get next to the leader, and you just can't get by them. But, you know, I think right now, I mean, I think since the beginning of the race, Blake Gordon's been the fastest car out there, and I still think that's true. But Piscini is trying to you know, put up a fight, and Justin Anderson right there as well. You know, I think, you know, like I was saying earlier, Justin was trying to conserve a little bit, and right now he's looking like he's ready to go. And you know, I'm going to cut back here. I'm going to go to Joe Dinsmore. I'm going to go to his roll bar camera, the Brandon Bernhardt roll bar camera. We're going to take a look at this battle here because it's happening right in front of Joe, and I'm sure he is ripping the hell out of that wheel right now because the last thing you want to see is something happen with those guys. We see Josh Hanner going to the inside of Joe Dinsmore there. That's the battle for 5th. But yeah, you know, Joe's, you know, he's kind of he's in cruise mode right now. You know, he's just trying to, you know, hang on to what he can, and I imagine maybe, you know, try to go for it a little bit later. But you know, you worry when you see guys in front of you battling, especially with how tonight's gone. So we'll actually let me actually cut Justin Anderson's in car here. Take a look. He's going under the 87 of Derek Schilling. Just like that. Although, oh no, look, I was about to say he was around Derek, but Derek's fighting back. Derek gets that run on the outside, and I mean, I want you guys to watch the steering wheel here. You know, as they're in the corner, like, you know, right there, a little stable, but look at that. I mean, that is, he's having to fight that wheel to keep the car straight, and that is very different from what these guys are used to driving at Daytona. But wow, look at that run he got. That was incredible. We can see, you know, right in front of him, Blake Gordon had a little bit of a bobble there, but you know, they're both bobbling as Justin Anderson gets to the inside, and Blake Gordon's not giving him any room, and I can't blame him. I mean, he's trying to fight for position here. This is a battle we've seen over and over. Oh, Blake almost loses it. Tags the wall. Oh, he's sideways. Caution is out. Is he going to be able to keep it? Yeah. Wow. So Blake just lost it there. This car does seem to have a tendency to snap a little bit, and we're going to do this one more time. We're going to do it from Blake's in-car because I'm not in VR, so why not? We're going to rewind it just a little bit and see, you know, so we can see he's on the outside. He's already fighting it. He's already fighting it there. Let's go back a little bit further, see if we can see where it started. So he's on the outside of Justin Anderson. Yeah, he starts to lose it right on corner entry. And he looks like he almost saved it, and then boom, just like that. Just like that. Wow. I am shocked that no one else was collected in that. That was remarkable. So Blake Gordon still out there. Honestly, for all of that, doesn't look like he has much damage. So that was something. Somehow still has the side of his car. Yeah, I guess they just built the cars tougher back then. So Blake Gordon still out there. Not looking too bad. I'm going to kick back as well. It said Brandon Bernhardt crashed before that caution came out. I'm going to see what happened here. So we've got Brandon Bernhardt there on the... Yeah, it looks like he's probably... Oh, yeah, he started getting loose there. Yeah, we've seen that a lot. Guys just getting loose and just, you know, struggling to save it. Actually, very surprised that didn't bring out a caution, but I guess he was able to get it down there to the apron and kept going, so no big deal. But I will say this, Brandon, I'll give you a little piece of advice. Generally, you will run faster if you're not sideways. Like, generally, you want to keep the car straight, and that's where I've found the most speed in the past. So, I mean, apparently you're able to beat me sideways as well, though, so I can't say much. So, all right, well, 13 laps to go. That was a good run there. I'm glad we had that. Derek Schilling running in second, having a heck of an evening. Has been to the back, to the front, to the back, to the front. But running second right now. Feel like he's in pretty good shape with 13 to go. We're gonna take one more commercial break here. I will have more commercials for you guys next week, but we'll hear from Randy Pepper one more time.
For 20 years, the Guitar Attic has been your home for used and vintage guitars in the Daytona Beach area and at GuitarAddict.com. The Guitar Attic is your home for used and vintage guitars. Whether you're looking for that collector's piece or that beginner piece, they've got you covered. With names like Fender, Gibson, Gretsch, Ibanez, Martin, Taylor, and much, much more, the Guitar Attic has all the guitars you need. And bass players, they haven't forgot about you. They've got all the top names. Amplifiers from Friedman, Victoria, Fender, Boss, and many, many more. They also have the largest selection of used pedals anywhere in the Southeast. The Guitar Attic, located at 1672.5 Ridgewood Avenue, just north of Flomish in Holly Hill, Florida. Also, check us out online at GuitarAddict.com.
All right, we are back, and while we were under caution, we did have some cars pit there. We had the basically fifth on back. That 9 car of Chris Passini's leading the pack of cars that pitted. His teammate Josh Hanner right behind him. So we're gonna see if those tires are gonna make a difference, because talking to teams before the race, they were saying like the tire temps were getting up there. But if it's only tire temps and not wear, there's a possibility running these caution laps they cooled them down enough that they might be okay. So we'll have to see. All right, well, we got the 21 car of Mark Schilling there on the inside. It's the lap car. We'll be going green here in just a moment. All right, and the pace car is going to peel off here, and Justin Anderson will get us going to green again. Off. Derek Schilling getting right there. Oh, Derek's thought about going for the lead. Derek jumps in front of that lap down car. Derek Schilling trying to fight for this lead and currently has it. Derek Schilling is a guy that I battled a lot last year in TNT. I've run with this guy a whole lot, and believe he can win this race, but the biggest problem is, as we see... Oh, Justin Anderson! Oh, chaos! Everyone involved. No idea what happened there. I know Justin Anderson was on the apron. See if we can find out what happened there, because that collected up a whole lot of cars. So we can see Justin Anderson already around there. We're going to cut to our blimp view. And, yeah, so they had a heck of a run there. They had so much speed. And just lost it. This car is so difficult to control. And then everyone caught on it. Derek was trying to avoid it. He gets down on the apron. Blake Gordon able to get checked up and then get around everyone. That's the way you do it right there. What Blake Gordon was just able to do. Get him locked down. Get stopped. Don't hit someone late. Yeah. So that's well, we got 3 more laps done. So running out of things to say here, folks. This is a very difficult car to drive, and I'm going to be understanding of that. But honestly, I'm expecting more out of this field next week. I know that these guys know how to drive. There's really no excuse for the number of cautions we've had tonight. Joshua Mays has some issues there getting on pit road. That's a closed circuit racing maneuver that's actually copyrighted. So, but I believe these guys can put on a really good race, and hopeful that that's what we'll get to see next week. That's the side of TNT that we'll see is these guys putting on a good show. So our leader right now, Joe Dinsmore, who last pitted at lap 40, so quite a few laps ago, by far the furthest, the oldest tires in the field, I believe. Yeah. Adam Woods off. Mark Schilling was 47. But after that, nobody else in the 40s. So Joe Dinsmore making it work on old tires. You got Piscini there, who last pitted 62. That was 4 laps ago. Yeah, about 4 laps ago. And then you've got a group led by Josh Hanner, Ed Springer, Tim St. Jean, Justin Anderson, Derek Schilling, Randy Pepper, who pitted just then. Some of those, maybe all of those, were involved in that incident. But they're going to be on fresh rubber now. So, starting in 7th place, we'll see if those fresh tires can make a big difference here. So 8 laps to go. The vast majority of them have been under caution. We'll see if we can finish this thing out under green. I'm hopeful because I think you can see some really interesting moves, and some, I think we can have a fun end to this race, and we just have to get to that point. So with 8 to go, Joe Dinsmore, followed by Chris Piscini, Johnny Edward in 3rd, Blake Gordon in 4th, Brandon Bernhardt in 5th. I'll tell you what I'm seeing. I'm seeing a whole lot of Endeavor up there right now. That's 3 Endeavor cars lined up. You got Johnny Edward, Blake Gordon, Brandon Bernhardt. I would obviously think you're going to see those guys work together. But Joe Dinsmore is someone who, has always generally had teammates there to work with him. But they're not there right now, so we're going to have to see, is Chris Piscini going to work with him? Is Josh Hanner going to work with him? Or are they going to go with the Endeavor guys? We're going to find out here as they go to green. Green flag is out. They cross the start-finish line. Oh, spun! Caution is out. I think that one, let's take a look at it. Let's go to our blimp view. It looked like Piscini was just pushing and maybe just over-pushed. So Dinsmore gets going. Oh, no. I'm not quite sure what happened there. It honestly... I mean, Passini looked like he shot out of a cannon. I'm not sure if Dinsmore just didn't get going. They were already past the start-finish line. That's a little puzzled over that one. Really not sure what happened there. That was bizarre to say the least. Let's actually one more time. I'm just gonna take one more look at this. Because what else are we going to do at this point other than look at Rex, which is what we've done all night? So let's take a look at Chris Passini's in-car. So we can see here they're pacing. Pace car pulls off. And green flag's out. They're going. I guess it was a shift. Because you can see right before that happened, Passini shifted gears. And I don't know if Joe just missed a shift or what, but definitely, suddenly was not going. So, all right, well, new leader, Blake Gordon, followed by Johnny Edward and Brandon Bernhardt. That's your Endeavor top 3 right there. Josh Hanner in 4th, Ed Springer in 5th. In 6th, we have Timothy St. Jean. In 7th, Derek Schilling. In 8th, we have Justin Edwards. And in 9th, we have Randy Pepper. And in 10th, Justin Anderson. 5 laps. All we need here, guys. Let's just put together 5 laps. And while I'm here, I want to remind you guys, be sure to check out everything else that Ghostfire Media is doing. The entire Ghostfire Media team puts on a really good show. Really the best broadcasts in all of iRacing, in my opinion, with the exception of when I'm on. So... yeah, check them out. They've got a whole lot of broadcasts and really fun to watch. So, but hopefully we're gonna finish this thing here soon. And then where's Ross at? Is Ross still on track? Ross left to go get some pudding. Ross is our resident pudding expert. Well, lights on the pace car are off. We'll have 4 to go here. Let me check to see what our green-white checkered situation is. We have 3 of them, so we may still be here for another hour. Or until we get time limit at least. So, yeah. Hopefully, these guys can keep it together for just a few more laps, because we are so close, guys. And honestly, I mean, I know that, I'm complaining here, but I know it's rough for them too. It's tough to drive, so I get it. I get it. Well, getting going here very soon. And Mike Wisniewski saying, great job broadcasting this wild race. Well, you're right about one of those things. It has been a wild race. I don't know that it's been a great broadcast. Certainly not the first broadcast back that I wanted after 6 months. But here we are. hopefully we'll have a great finish this race as the pace car peels off. Blake Gordon leads the field to green. And the green flag is out. Blake Gordon there hanging out with his teammates. Teammates right there with him, but Brandon Bernhardt gets a good jump there, and can't rule out Josh Hanner, who gets the inside of Brandon Bernhardt. Hanner is a guy that, I am teammates with. I've run with him a whole lot of races and chat with him every race, and he loves super speedway racing. Ran really well last night. Gonna see if he can make a move here. He hasn't made much noise tonight, but he's running fourth right now, third actually. And Ed Springer goes around and tag. Caution is out. Caution is out again. We've hardly made a single lap without a caution coming out tonight. It's been a rough one. And I'm sure there are lots of guys out there right now that are ready to get away from their monitors or take off their VR headsets. It's rough. So hopefully we finish this thing out soon. And I hope we're able to finish it out not under the time limit, which I think we should be okay to do. And I hope we finish it out not under caution. Let's finish this thing out on the green like it should be. But while we're waiting, let's go ahead and take a look, see what happened there. That was Ed Springer. That was the first car, and we'll go ahead and hit play here. Cut to our blimp view. Ed Springer, that 16 car on the high side. Seen it over and over again. These guys are struggling with dirty air, and then there's tagging the walls. That's happened over and over and over. So, you would expect this to be one of the easiest tracks on the schedule. So these guys might have their hands full this season. It's going to be a challenging car to drive. So, hopefully all of them will put in the practice time to figure out how this thing works, and let's put on some really good races. Lights on pace car still on. This will be our first green-white checkered attempt, I believe. I don't think the last one was. It may have been. It was close. So we'll be getting going here shortly. Run through our top 10. Blake Gordon in first. Johnny Edward in second. Josh Hanner in third. Brandon Bernhardt in fourth. Tim St. Jean in fifth. And in sixth, Derek Schilling. Justin Edwards in seventh. 8th is Randy Pepper. 9th is Justin Anderson. And in 10th, John Gordon. So let's put together 2 good laps, guys. That's all we need here. I mean, if we put together 1 good lap, that'll finish the race. But that's not what we want. We want this thing to finish on the green. We want this thing, for whoever wins it. I've been in situations where, something other than my own ability wins the race, and those don't ever feel as good. If it's finished under caution, Blake Gordon's leading, I'm sure he would, be happy with the win, but it's not the same feeling as when you finish it under green. So let's finish this thing on the green. Let's get it going, guys. Lights on the pace car are off, and 1 more lap around this huge track, and we'll get to racing 1 more time, maybe 2 more times, maybe 3 more times. As they are exiting turn 2 here, entering the back stretch. honestly, at this point, I think what should just happen is they should just start racing, ignore the pace car, and have one of the in-race admins just clear the flags. Let's just go. You know what? We're gonna do something a little bit different here. Let's go to the Brandon Bernhardt roll bar camera with Brandon Bernhardt. We're going to watch this restart from his perspective. Normally I like to get the bigger picture during restarts, but I think at this point you guys have seen that perspective enough. So we'll mix it up, and we'll see what a restart's like from the perspective of our fourth place car, Brandon Bernhardt. Because, I mean, look, these guys, they have a lot to think about in the car, while they're driving. And, especially at a track like this, it's not just based on abilities. But green flag's out, and they're going. But there's a lot to think about. You got to think about the line you're going to take, who you're going to work with. And, Bernhardt didn't have the best jump there. I mean, but it looks like, obviously still in draft range, and he's going to have a great run here. Gains on his teammate in a hurry, but not quite enough. But see, right there is what we've seen over and over, and Brandon handled it well. Oh, heck of a run. We got to switch over to our TV camera for that. And, I've got to give Hanner some props there, because he had a run as well, but there was no way he was going to be able to make the pass without jumping below that double yellow line, which is off limits. Edwards goes around. White flag is out, and no caution, so we're still going. And actually, who was it that went around? I got it wrong. That was Bernhardt that went around. So Johnny Edward, our leader right now, his teammate right there with him, but Hanner takes the lead. Hanner has no one working with him, though. Hanner's going to have a tough time winning this if no one's working with him. Justin Anderson comes up there. Justin Anderson's behind Josh Hanner. We're side by side. They tag each other. Wow! What a finish! I think it was Josh Hanner that just won it. I'm not quite sure what happened there at the end. Blake Gordon turned up, maybe get tight. Let's take one more look at it, see if we can see what happened, and I'll switch over to the blimp view here, because that was the finish we wanted. Still, that's what I've wanted. I mean, I didn't want the wreck there at the end, but let's see. See Justin Anderson come up there, give him a heck of a push. Yeah, Blake just sort of maybe got tagged by his teammate, and it got him a little, turned around. And all right, well, there we are. Josh Hanner wins the first race of this season in TNT. And that's actually his first TNT win. I think it might actually be his first TNT race. So let's go through our results. In first place, Joshua Hanner. And in second, Johnny Edward. Third, we have Blake Gordon. And in fourth, Justin Anderson. Fifth, Justin Edwards. And in sixth is Randy Pepper. Seventh is Joe Dinsmore. And in eighth, Johnny Downey. Ninth is John Gordon. And in 10th, Ed Springer. 11th is Brandon Bernhardt. And in 12th, Derek Schilling. 13th, Tim St. Jean. And in 14th, Sean Carmody. 15th, we have Chris Bassini. And in 16th, Mark Schilling. 17th is Josh Laston. And in 18th, Tony Pandon. 19th, we have Joshua Mays. And in 20th, Ross Gage. 21st is Adam Wood. And in 22nd, Dave Wright. 23rd is Rob Munoz. And in 24th, Mike Burgess. 25th, we have Dan Witt. And in 26th, Steve Dominy. And rounding out the field in 27th, we have Anthony Ciarillo. So that'll do it for us tonight. As usual, it's been a pleasure broadcasting for you guys. I'm hoping that next week we'll have some more green flag racing and be able to bring a more exciting race to you guys. So with that, I'll say so long and thanks for watching.